Guys, today we've got the biggest Yeezy drop in history happening tomorrow. Adidas might be dropping the most comfortable shoe ever, and we might see a future where Travis Scott Jordans no longer resell for hundreds of dollars. Welcome to Sneaky Sundays. We just had a pretty epic week of a ton of sneaker releases. So let's hop into the release recap, starting with the Nike KD4 Weatherman. Turns out that these things were actually extremely limited. There was only a couple thousand pairs that dropped here in the UK, the EU, so if you got them, that's a big W. Ventura Nike SB Dunk Low dropped. Obviously, those were super limited as well, so if you managed to get them, another massive W. On top of that, we also had the J Balvins in the triple black colorway called the Rios. Now listen, guys, I'm not gonna be flexing over here, but I got them. I honestly cannot remember the last time I managed to get a super hyped up sneaker for retail, so yeah, I am celebrating. Finally, the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low Elkins colorway, they dropped on May the 25th for you guys out in the US, probably a couple other regions as well. However, they were delayed here in the EU and the UK. So if you're in the US, you managed to get them, massive congrats. Let me know down in the comment section. If you're still waiting for the release, it hasn't happened in your region, it looks like it's shaping up to be a May 30th drop. There's a couple different retailers that are teasing the launch. Stash Sneakers over here, which is an EU page, they also mentioned that it is confirmed for May the 30th. Obviously, they're going to be super limited, still hard to get, but a little bit delayed out here. All right, let's get into this upcoming stuff. We've got some really cool new leaks and rumors, so let's kick it off with some brand new on-foot looks at the Kobe 8 Protro University Red. I've spoke about these things before, but we do have some brand new images of them on foot. These are lined up for a fall 2024 release. I don't think anything is confirmed specifically. Sticking with Kobe's, we got one more Kobe 4. This one's called the Job's Not Finished. Now, this picture, or all of these pictures, were shared by Vanessa Bryant, so we're not entirely sure if this is just going to be some kind of player exclusive or friends and family pair, but if these things did get a release, that's pretty iconic. I think it's a cool phrase that they managed to encapsulate with a pair of shoes. You've got like the script that's just embroidered on the medial side, just saying job's not finished. The rest of the sneaker is just all over light bone or some sail color, which I think is pretty cool. So I do hope that these do get a release, but as of right now, we're not entirely sure. So if there's any more updates, I'll let you know. We've got an update on the upcoming Nina Chanel Abney Air Jordan 3. These are going to be dropping this June, specifically on the 20th. That's when they're lined up for. We've also got some new images over here. I think it's going to be pretty hyped. I mean, it's something that's very different, so obviously there's going to be people that are kind of like, I don't know if I really like them, but honestly, I really like this collaboration. I think it was very well done. This pair looks super cool and intriguing, and it also looks great quality with added leathers and materials all over it. Either way, let me know in the comments whether you like this or is it just too different for you. We've got a release update for the Action Bronson New Balance 1906R collaboration, so May the 31st. Now, there is a bunch of different pairs or colorways that are going to be dropping. We've got this blue one. We've also got some kind of yellow one, but the pair that's dropping this month on the 31st is actually going to be this rosewater one, and that's it. So I assume after we see the release of these things, then we'll get a release date for the rest of the colorways, but I think a decent amount of people are after this one anyway. Not so keen on this yellow one, but if I had to choose between them, I'm definitely going for this blue one. The other one is just kind of like, it's okay. Another May 31st release date is the return of the Nike Zoom Vomero 5 Racer Blue. This is one of the OG colorways coming back, and yeah, I mean, there's not too much to say. You can see it here. These are the official images. Solid colorway. I think I would actually prefer these over the other ones, which we'll talk about now, might as well. This is the electric green colorway. These are going to be dropping June the 7th. Both pretty solid options. I just feel like we've got so many really dope Zoom Vomero 5 colorways, even though these are the OGs. I think there's a decent amount of better options. One of my favorite recent ones was the designed by Japan ones. Those are phenomenal. I'm still trying to get my hands on those. A little update for the Air Jordan 4 White Thunder. I really think that these are going to be one of the most popular sneakers this year. Like, it's just something about that Thunder colorway that people really, really love. Like the yellow Thunders and the red Thunders, they are just like shoes that you see all the time on people's feet, and I think the white and the black combo is just something that Jordan Brand is immediately noticed as something that's like too hard to kill. So these are going to be dropping this fall time, more specifically August the 24th, and they're going to retail at $215, and I just think people are going to go nuts for them. These are actual retailer images of these things, so you can see them. I mean, it's just pretty straightforward, and it also could be like a cool pair to customize. If you wanted to reimagine some kind of Thunder variant, whether it's blue, green, whatever, you could do that with this pair. Either way, let me know if you think these are going to be as popular as I'm imagining they could be. Sticking with 4s, although this one's one of those, you know, random variations. This is the Air Jordan 4 RM Oxidized Green. So we spoke about this last week in terms of the other colorways. This is what really appears to be very similar to the Nigel Sylvester collaboration pair, although it's slightly different in terms of like you actually have the plastic on here. It doesn't say Bike Air. Either way, this is definitely got like a lot of people on the fence. I've seen some people who are like, yeah, I really like these because they're a lower cut than a regular pair of 4s. They're also fatter, kind of like a retro skate model. But then again, I've seen a lot of other people say that they should never have reimagined the pair of Jordan 4s like this. Nevertheless, these are official images. You can get a good look at that side profile, which is noticeably lower, and it is also a lot more, you know, chunky and fat. We do not have a specific release date for this, but sometime during the summer. We've got some Jordan 1 news. First one is this University Red Dark Powder Blue. So kind of like a little bit of like a rip-off UNC to Chicago version. I say rip-off because like the colors are not like Chicago and UNC. It's like powder blue and then this other red color. Now, I'm not entirely sure where they got the suede from. I don't know if they're actually going to drop like that. So that's how they're mocked up. So again, this is a mock-up. These are dropping spring 2025, so a long time away. So we don't exactly know what they're going to look like. We do know that it's going to be a women's exclusive. We also got an update on the Air Jordan 1 High OG Midnight Navy. They're now going to be dropping in September. No specific date in September. They're going to be dropping in a full family size run. And we also have some images, some retailer images of these things. And I've always said these look really solid. I just don't think they're going to capture the general public like Jordan 1s have in the past. But if you were looking for a, you know, decently clean pair of 1s, it's got like that sailed out midsole, which I think is a good look on this colorway. Is this a GS pair? It must be, because look how low that back area is. It almost looks like a pair of mids. So I'm assuming this is a GS pair. We also got some detailed looks at the much more anticipated Jordan 1 High Black Toe Reimagined. This is a significant reimagining because it's now going to have one of the most controversial additions, which is the Air Jordan text where the Wings logo should be, or normally is. I don't know how to feel about it. I'll be very interested to see what happens when it actually comes to the release. They also have some other added details like this little signature or script on the inside of the ankle area. I think they are going to make this release pretty special, put a lot of, you know, kind of details into it. At least hopefully they do something along the same lines as the Chicago's Lost and Founds. Either way, these are going to be dropping October the 18th, and I think there is a decent amount of hype for these. Let me know your thoughts on these down in the comment section. Are you going to be going for them, or is this a pass? Right, we still don't have a release date for this next one, which, I mean, we've already got on-foot looks. This is the Their Skateboards Nike SB Dunk Low, and yeah, like we've seen this one leaked and rumored for a while now, but still no release update. So this was like the first image that we saw, but now we have full-blown, you know, on-foot shots. These things are looking really cool. I'm not gonna lie, I like the color blocking, and I really like the effect that they did on the overlay material. You've got like these little drawings on it, which I think is pretty cool. The materials are very interesting as well, and as soon as we get an update on a release, I'll let you guys know. Speaking of Nike SB collaborations, there's a little rumor going around that Oski and Nike are going to team up once again. So the last collaboration they did, I really liked. It was like the all-over white leather Nike Dunk Highs with this shark logo instead of the Nike logo, which I really appreciated. Very small indication that we might be seeing another one. But basically, Oski made a post on Instagram tagging Nike SB and Nike saying standing on business with the location at the Nike headquarters, which has got a lot of people hinting that he's suddenly, you know, just kind of putting it out there that we might see another collaboration, likely spring 2025. Last Nike SB, we got this pair of Dunk Lows. This is the first look at the Supersonics colorway. Again, this is not a collaboration, just a regular GR, but it looks pretty cool. Not really my thing in terms of the colorway. There's just, you know, the green, the red, the yellow outline on the Nike swoosh. Not particularly my colorway, but it's not a bad looking pair. We've got no release date for these things, just an early leak for you guys, and let's keep it moving. Now, this is one I did want to add in. We've got a third colorway of the Nike Clogposit, which is going to be coming soon. This is the Orwood Brown, so Last week, we took a look at the silver and the black ones, which we just got official images of. Same story with these things, official images. They're going to be dropping fall this year. And honestly, it's a pair that I'm pretty keen on trying out. I think it's a pretty cool look. All right, let's get into this Travis Scott news. It literally feels like every single week, more Travis Scott sneakers pop up. Like, we've had so many leaks and rumors in the past. We've got more, guys. We've got even more. We've got two new colorways. I don't know if these are official images or not, but this is the Jumpman Jack silhouette. So this is the Thunder Blue colorway now. You've got the blue kind of, you know, canvas material, and then the navy blue overlays, which look pretty decent. This is the actual pair over here. You can see that it's going to have this white outsole with the light blue Jack text on the underneath, which is pretty cool. Another full pair is going to be this one right here. This is the Jumpman Jack Taupe Haze, and this, I believe, is a mock-up. I don't know if we've seen this pair before. So again, this could look a little bit different when they actually release. Nevertheless, these are pretty straightforward as well. You've got kind of like this canvas, you know, navy color, and then taupe haze for the rest of it, just some kind of taupe color. Yeah, I think the Jumpman Jack silhouette got off to a little bit of a rocky start because those original sale colorway, that was so limited, and then the University Red one was even more limited. Like, I don't know how many pairs they dropped, but it was hardly anything, and they didn't even get a Nike sneakers app release. It was just like a small one on Travis Scott's website. So yeah, both of those are so expensive. It does look like we're going to be getting a ton more colorways though, so at least there's that. But then we have the Jordan 1. We just got 2 more colorways that are going to be dropping. Now, I've kind of lost count now at how many upcoming Jordan 1 Travis Scotts we're going to be getting. Obviously, we just had the Elkins colorway. There's like a new brown colorway. There's like a new reverse olive colorway. There's like a pale vanilla colorway. Well, guess what? We've also got a dark pony colorway coming. So this is a mock-up of what it could look like. Obviously, it's a spring 2025 release, so it could definitely look different to what you're seeing here. But the color code on this is dark pony pink Oxford. So there's going to be some pink on here, whether it's just a small detail like potentially just the tongue or the insole or something like that, and it is just like a brown and a white pair, or if they do decide to go with the pink Nike swoosh, it could be something pretty different. But the bottom line is we're seeing so many Jordan 1 Travis Scott releases. I think we're going to see a future where they're not so, you know, kind of like super hyped up like we've seen in the past. Seems like Jordan and Travis Scott are now like, okay, let's just fully push the gas pedal on these Jordan 1s. Let's just throw as many as we can and really try and capitalize, make as much money off of this silhouette before it dies. So we've also got another colorway, like I mentioned. This one's a lot more pink. So this is the Shy Pink colorway, spring 2025 release. So the color code on this one is Sail, Shy Pink, and Muslin. What the hell is Shy Pink? So again, another mock-up, speculative of course, but yeah, if they drop these things, that is definitely different. It's just like kind of, I don't know, you would think that it's like, okay, Travis Scott is collaborating with Jordan Brand, trying to make colorways that he would wear, but now it kind of seems like they're just going into a little bit more of like the mainstream version of this sneaker. Like, let's just put out as many different variations of colorways until people are sick of them. I mean, the last Travis Scott Jordan that we had is now technically the cheapest Travis Scott Jordan 1 that you can get. Obviously, that is a super loud, bright color, but is that an indication of like, you know, the hype is slowly dying down the more that they make? It's the same kind of concept that a lot of people have accused Nike of doing with the Dunks and the Jordan 1s. They made so many colorways that the kind of hype and the resale value of a lot of these things dropped down. That's definitely not a bad thing. I know that hardly anybody has been able to get these Travis Scott Jordan 1s, so if there is any of these upcoming colorways, it's likely that your chances of getting them are better than what they have been over the past few years. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. What do you think of these colorways? Would you pick them up? And are you happy that Travis Scott and Jordan Brand are pumping out more and more colors? Right, a little bit of Adidas news. So we've got a brand new unreleased colorway of the Adidas AE1, an incredibly popular pair of shoes. This one over here shows an all new color blocking where they've actually changed, you know, the outsole color. I really hope that these things release because it's a solid colorway. This is just a sample as of right now, so we don't have a specific release date, but fingers crossed we start seeing some more creative, crazy colorways on this model because I think it's definitely worth it. But this is one that got my interest massively. So take a look at this. Adidas has a new lifestyle sneaker coming soon. Now, when I first saw this, I was like, damn, that's a pretty cool design. But what you can see with this is that they're not just making a lifestyle sneaker. It looks like they're really going for comfort. So it's hard to tell from this image what cushioning they're using, but what it kind of looks like is Adidas's Light Strike Pro cushioning. So that cushioning is something that they have in their like high-end performance runners, like I think they're called the Adidas 3 or something like that. But when I tried those ones out, I was like, damn, this feels kind of like Zoom X that Nike did with the Invincible Run 3s. And if that cushioning is put into a lifestyle model like this, these could be insanely comfortable. Now, again, I can't entirely, it doesn't really say that there's, you know, Light Strike Pro here, but that's just what it looks like. And if they do decide to do that, I think that could be really, really cool. Nevertheless, these look like they're gonna have an October release. The name of this pair of shoes, which wasn't in the title, this is the Adidas Aruco, I believe. Either way, let me know what you think of these. What do you think they look like? All right, we got some lawsuits and some controversy now. So the first one is Cool Kai. They have settled with Nike. This is something that we've been talking about for a while. So recently we just had the Omi one. Omi and a Hellcat had to pay Nike $8 million. He lost the lawsuit, and now Cool Kai, it's just another case of Nike is just absolutely going after anyone who is slightly making anything that resembles a pair of Jordans or Dunks. They annihilated Bape, now they have to discontinue shoes, and then the same thing with some of these brands, Omi and a Hellcat and Cool Kai. Now this next one, you may remember hearing something about it in the past, but they've now actually been charged. So former Nike diversity manager sentenced to prison for $5 million in fraud. Barbara Furlow Smile stole over $5 million from her roles with Meta, Facebook, and Nike. So basically she was a Meta or Facebook employee where she did some crazy stuff and defrauded the company of like a ridiculously high amount. She left Facebook. I don't know whether Facebook knew about this and then fired her or whether she just left, but she was quickly hired by Nike immediately after, where she was like, cool, well, I'll just continue doing what I was doing. And then she did the exact same thing that she did at Facebook at Nike. She was basically making some kind of scheme involving fraudulent vendors, fake invoices, and cash kickbacks. And then she was sentenced to prison for 5 years and 3 months, and then another 3 years of supervised release. So yeah, over $5 million she got to pay. That is rough. That is very, very rough. But final story for today, we're just gonna quickly recap the Yeezys that are going to be dropping starting tomorrow, May the 27th. So I made an entire video about all of this, all of the key release dates, every single sneaker that's going to be dropping. So I highly suggest that you watch that video to make sure you're prepped and ready for all of the different pairs. However, I did just want to kind of remind you guys of some specific details. Nothing has been confirmed or loaded up through Adidas yet, so we're gonna have to wait and see tomorrow. But what I assume is going to happen based on all of the other Yeezy days that we've had is they're going to load up on the Adidas Confirmed app for a raffle tomorrow, and it should be like a 24-48 hour raffle. So many pairs, like 75 to 80 different pairs of Yeezys. This is the biggest and most likely the final Yeezy drop ever. And what's really interesting is the Adidas Confirmed app just kind of sent out invitations for a golden ticket. It's something that they've been doing for a very long time now. If you're someone who manages to get a golden ticket, which I've never heard of anybody winning, but I'm sure someone does, you basically sign up to this golden ticket, and if you win, you get instant access to exclusive products for 2 months. No waiting, no queue, no worry. So you basically just bypass the raffle thing and just go to the front, and you can automatically buy whatever you like. So it's obviously something is happening over the next 2 months. You don't just, you know, release a golden ticket if nothing hyped is dropping, and the only hyped thing that we know is dropping is the Yeezy. Other than that, if you have any questions about Yeezy Day 2024, drop them down in the comment section. I'll have a read through, answer anything that I can see, but definitely go and check out the full video where you can find out every single sneaker that's going to be dropping.